familiar because I was on the MasterChef Singapore season 4, and thankfully, no, I didn't win, only top 3, yeah? Okay, but I also do private dining, and I'm here full time, right? So a lot of recipes that maybe some of you have already tried, actually my recipes that are on Cookie Do. So I have been developing recipes for Thermomix for I think 5 years now, yeah? All right, so if not developing recipes, I'll be testing the recipes, I'll be vetting through the recipes, you know, to make sure that everything is fine. Yeah, okay, so our ClassPass has been very, very successful to date, and this is with all of your support. So I really want to thank all of you, and of course thank our wonderful advisors all the way at the back, okay? So because usually you all are all facing me, you all don't see the commotion going on at the back, but without them, the class will not be possible as well. Yeah, okay, because they are the heroes behind the scene. Because they will do most of the logistics and everything to make sure that I have a smooth show in front. Right, and to me, you know, good food is very often simple food. Yeah, good food doesn't mean that it should be like, wow, very, very fancy, you know. To me, good food, good recipe also means that it's easy to cook. Ingredients easy to buy. Ingredients not expensive, yeah, and more importantly is everyone can do it, yeah. So that's what I will share most of the time during my ClassPass, and because ClassPass is mostly new users, or maybe users, some of you thinking to buy but not sure yet, you all want to see even more, so that's why we invite you for the ClassPass. Right, okay, so I'm not going to talk about the cookie dough yet, but I want you all to focus on me. Right, so today we are doing 4 dishes, right? And out of these 4 dishes, I think the most popular one recently among our Thermomix advisors would be our super fast 7-minute stir-fried Ee Fu noodle. Imagine you fry a plate of vegetables 7 minutes, but you can use the same amount of time to fry a large plate of noodles for your whole family. So that recipe didn't come easy, I must say. It's a seemingly easy recipe, but you don't want to imagine how many times my family have to eat noodles for the week. And multiple packets of noodles a day, alright? So, and likewise with all the recipes that I create, usually my family, they will have to eat the same dish over and over on a repeated basis for days. Yeah, so some of you say, wow, your family must be very lucky. Wow, they get to eat good food. Actually, if you ask my kids, I think they were like, oh, Mommy, can you stop cooking that? Yeah, okay, but of course, all these recipes are done repeatedly to make sure that we perfect the process and to make sure that the whole process is easy to follow. Yeah, all right, so we are going to start off first with a very simple dish, which is our watermelon lemonade. So some people, I mean, I'm not a fan of very sour drink, so I don't really take very, very sour beverage, right? So, but then because weather is so hot, and then sometimes we want some watermelon juice and things like that. But I'm not a fan of blended watermelon because it's a bit chunky, and then sometimes you choke on it when you go down the throat, right? So here for you today, of course we have our wonderful weighing scale. So most of you would have already known how to call your weighing scale, right? So anybody here are non-Thermomix owners? Can you raise up your hand? Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so we do have a weighing scale, and that is because our screen is like a touch screen, right? It's like our handphone. So maybe in the first initial days, you will find that I don't know, swipe left or swipe right. So it's just like buying a new mobile phone. If you change from an Android to an iPhone, it takes you a while to find the functions. Yeah. Okay, so we have a weighing scale, and our weighing scale is to a 1 gram accuracy. So here I have some rock sugar. So if you see, once I pour in, right, it jumps by every 1 gram, right? And of course, we would have already have our rock sugar ready weigh. And now we are going to use this turbo function. So sports car have a turbo mode, right? So the maximum speed of our Thermomix runs at 10,700 RPM, which is actually as fast as a classic range Ferrari, which is why I always call this the Ferrari in the kitchen. You know, and which is why I always say, you know, this is one of the reasons why after you get a Thermomix, right, you should always post big to announce to all your friends, hey, I just got a Ferrari. The Ferrari is sitting in my kitchen countertop. You should come and check it out. Yeah? All right, so it's preset for us at 1 second. So I'm going to set it to 2 seconds. And before we start, so we all know that you're going to watch F1. It's very loud, right? F1 is very loud. So thankfully today, none of you paid tickets to $100 over to go and watch F1. Come here free, okay? Yeah, okay, because it's going to be as loud. And it's going to be doubly loud, especially because we are in an aircon enclosed environment, the echo, you know, so it's going to be really loud. Yeah, and we're going to do it for 2 seconds. Yeah, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Is it like going to watch the F1? Yeah, free ticket. Okay, so of course, it depends on what kind of content that's inside the mixing bowl that causes the sound. If it has something very hard and large, right? So the first time it grinds, of course it will be loud because it needs to break it down into smaller pieces, right? So now the second time when I grind it, you notice that the sound is not so loud anymore, and reason being because the rock sugar is already being broken down into smaller pieces in the first time. You're right. Okay, so just remember to press on the home logo to exit the turbo function, because we have these automatic locking arm systems, which is very safe. Yeah. Reason because if you're in the turbo function, there is no way you should open. Yeah. So only when you exit out of the mode by pressing the home logo, then the arms will unlock. Because some people ask me, Mandy, after I turbo already, the arms cannot open. I cannot open the lid. How? And then start fumbling. Where? Just press the home logo, exit the mode, and then the arms will unlock and you can take it out. So you can take a look at what has been done here. All right. So this is done in 4 seconds. You know, please do not try this with your normal blender at home. And I'm going to need some lemon and water and my watermelon as well. So with this, you don't have to buy icing sugar anymore. Right? Sometimes we buy a packet of icing sugar, but we cannot finish using them. Yeah. So with this, you can do smaller amounts. You don't have to do big amounts and store them. So anytime if you need icing sugar, you can just use normal white sugar and do the same thing. So the reason why we always use rock sugar for our cooking demonstrations is because we want to show you how powerful our motor is. Yeah. But you know what? When I do this at home, right? Normally I do it without sugar. The lemonade. Yeah. And before drinking, I will just mix in honey into the lemonade, so it becomes honey lemon. Because, you know, some people tell me, hey, Mandy, you know, don't take too much sugar. It's not healthy. But how to make this healthier? Firstly, point number 1, you can use raw sugar. You can use low canto sugar. It works as well if you're on a no sugar diet, right? Or you can also use honey. You can use good quality honey. But honey-wise, I wouldn't put it together in with the water and the lemon. I will put it into my cup and just mix it before. Because if you were to put the honey in and grind everything together to juice, right, most of the honey residue is going to be resting on all your lemon rind and the residue of the pulp of the vegetables, fruits that you put in. Yeah, so it's better to put the honey directly into your cup and pour the lemonade inside. Okay, so here I have 1 lemon cut into 4. And I also have some watermelon. So for water, the water amount that costs for this lemonade, right, actually is about 1 liter, 1,000 grams of water. But if you were to put all 1,000 grams inside, it is a bit too much, right? And what we're going to do is we're just going to put half. Okay, just pour in half. Then we are going to cover it with the same turbo function. Okay, using the same turbo function, we're just going to juice our watermelon lemonade for only 2 seconds. And our juice is done. All in all, 6 seconds. Yeah? Okay, so if you want to make it even more fancier, you can put in some mint leaves. So it's very refreshing, right? Especially Singapore is very hot, yeah? Okay, so what do you do with the balance of the water? So normally what I do is I just mix it in. Sugar level, optional. If you want to reduce it, by all means, reduce it. Otherwise, you can totally omit the sugar, is fine as well. Because if you feel like, yeah, my watermelon today is very sweet, I think I don't need to add any more sugar. Yeah, so you can just omit it. So this simmering basket, so can anyone tell me what do we use the simmering basket for? Cook rice. What else do you use it for? Eggs. What else do you use it for? Sieve the drink. What else do you use it for? Huh? Nobody knows what else to use it for? Prevent splashing. Yes, so when we cook, we actually put on top of the lid like this to prevent splashing. Okay. So there's many ways, this is just one simmering basket. Actually, I also use this to rinse my soup ribs if I want to cook soup. Do blanching of the ribs. So what I do is I just put the ribs inside, my meat, my bones, like chicken bones, and then I'll just pop it in. And then I will do the rinsing inside using 50 degrees. So there's many ways to use a simmering basket. So today I'm using it as a strainer. Pop it in. And you can see the juice is done. Just like that. Very easy. So this is a very nice, refreshing drink. So let me give you a little tip. If you have a barbecue party, all right, so what you can do is you can replace the water with 7-Up or Sprite. No sugar. And then you can also use sparkling water as well. Yeah, then you get very nice carbonated watermelon lemonade. Okay, so I'm going to pass it to the back, and then so that they can settle everything for me. Thank you. Right, and of course, our juice is done very fast, right? Don't you agree that it's very fast? Yes. It's really, really fast, right? Okay, so next up, what I'm going to do is I am going to show you the highlight of today, which is the lotus leaf rice. Yep, so lotus leaf rice, very easy also, right? So my secret tip for all of you today is with this lotus leaf rice, right, the glutinous rice, no need to soak for overnight. Because I'm using Thai glutinous rice. And I think with the recent upgraded agriculture methods, I recently noticed that I don't need to soak my glutinous rice for so long, for hours. So I use hot water, and I only soak it for about 20 to 30 minutes. That's how fast it is, right? Okay, so if you see that, how come the water is brown color? Alright, so I do have like a special concoction going on inside right here. So if you just soak your glutinous rice with just normal hot water, there's no flavor going into the rice, right? So what I have here is salt. Remember who was here the last 2 weeks for the stock powder? Anybody was here for the last 2 weeks for the stock powder? Yeah, so remember our stock powder? So I also have mushroom powder inside and our chicken stock powder. So these are done by Thermomix. Yeah. So what I do is I just put some of these two inside to flavor the rice with some salt, a little bit of sugar and pepper. That's all. Yeah. So this way, when you're soaking the rice is actually absorbing the flavored water that you put in. Yeah. All right. So just give it a good stir. So this is done, and what we will do is I will drain this off. Right, and our rice is actually nicely soaked. Right, so this way, because you see, you need to really put a lot of mushrooms for this to have that mushroom flavor, yeah, when steaming. But when you use mushroom powder, right, all the flavor goes into the rice straight away, other than just that one tiny piece of mushroom that you're going to wrap it in later. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to saute the ingredients. So I have some shallot and garlic. I'll use this one faster. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just chop them up. So anyone can tell me if I want to chop shallot or garlic, what timing should I use? No idea. 5 seconds. Every time is always 5 seconds. Okay? And then the speed is always at speed 5. So it's very easy to remember. 5, 5. If you want to chop anything, just go 5, 5. Yeah? Done. And I'm going to add some oil. Five seconds, speed 5. It's very fast. And no tears, you know. Every time you chop your shallot, onion, you will end up crying, right? Right? So with this, it's just 5 seconds. No frills. Really very easy. And what we are going to do now is we are going to add in the rest of our ingredients, which is our dried shrimp, soaked mushrooms. Okay, we have our soaked mushrooms. And we also have some Chinese sausage. Okay, just put everything in. So the dried shrimps have been pre-washed and soaked as well. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some oil and saute. So how much oil to use? About 20 to 30 grams. And I'm going to saute this for 5 minutes. And sauteing temperature, anyone know? Nobody, sauteing temperature is always at 120 degrees, okay? The perfect temperature for sauteing, 120 degrees. And do you want to chop this up or do you not want to chop this up? Don't want. So remember to reverse. Finally got some response. Okay, so always remember to reverse if you don't want to chop anything up. Right, and this is done here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this to the back for a bit. Right, so with regards to your salted egg yolk. So if you find, because some people are very sensitive to the smell of eggs. And if you find that salted egg yolk is just, it doesn't smell very good, right? What you can do is you can actually put some sesame oil, coat it with some sesame oil, and then bake it in the oven at very low temperature for about 10 minutes. This will help to get rid of the funny smell from the salted egg yolk. But if you think you're fine with it, it's fine. Yeah? Alright, so what I'm going to do is while waiting, I'm going to show you how do we actually do the steaming with the rice on. Okay, so we have the varoma dish. So this is called the varoma dish, and this is the varoma tray. So when steaming, always remember to leave at least 20% of the hose unblocked. Yeah, otherwise the steam will not be able to come up and cook the food. Right. So what I'm going to do here is I have this very special paper. Okay, this is actually baking paper. And currently we are having a promotion, okay? And the promotion actually comes with a set of these papers as well. So, oh, Malaysia, oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to be using the paper. So this one comes with hose, okay? So for those online, you can actually find this very nice papers actually from our Varoma Perfect Fit set. Yeah? Alright, so I'm just going to line it on. You must be asking me, why need to line? Because later still dirty and then still need to wash anyway, right? Because you know glutinous rice is sticky. Alright? I'm not sure about you, but I'm a lazy person. Alright? I like to cook, but I don't like to clean. Anybody here like to clean? Raise your hand. Huh? Nobody. At the back also nobody. Alamak, then who clean for me later? Thankfully, the Thermomix can clean itself. Okay, so I don't like to clean, and I also don't like to spend time scrubbing my varoma. Alright, because glutinous rice is sticky after cooking. So with this paper, it will actually save me a lot of washing and scrubbing later. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer the rice on it. So you can see from here, right? You don't need to use coconut leaves for this. Yeah, because with lotus leaf rice, if you line coconut leaf, it's going to smell like nasi lemak. So don't use pandan leaf also. Huh? So best is use baking paper so that it doesn't stick to the varoma. Huh? Right, and this is done. So there's one more thing that I want to put on the rice, and that is sesame oil and garlic oil. So this is actually done by Thermomix, yeah. Just add a teaspoon each. If you can eyeball like me, good. If cannot, use a measuring spoon, please. This will make the rice extra fragrant. So just give it a good quick mix. I like my glutinous rice to have nice texture instead of mushy texture, because I find that a lot of steamed glutinous rice sold outside, right, have this very mushy texture that I cannot even see the rice grain properly. You all notice that? Yes? Okay, that's a result of over steaming. Nua. Yes, you are right, nua. So I like my rice texture to see the individual grain, even if it's for glutinous rice. So up to y'all. If y'all like the very, very soft kind of texture, steam it longer. Okay? If you like the QQ texture and individual grain like me, steam it for only half an hour. Okay? So this is done. I'm just going to show it to you all real quick. Can smell already. Yeah? So this is done sauteing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer out. Smells good already, huh? Right. So when you want to steam, right, what you do is you just add water. Just put water inside. Okay, just pretend I'm not going to steam it now. I'm going to pass it to the back to steam. Okay, so you just have water inside. Make sure you have at least 500 grams of water for every 30 minutes of steaming. So normally, if I'm going to steam it for 30 minutes, I will put a little bit more than 500 grams to play safe, just in case, you know. But I wouldn't put too much as well. I wouldn't go to the extent of doubling it, because this way I wouldn't be able to gauge the boiling water time. The more water, the longer it takes to boil the water. Am I right? Yeah, correct, huh? Okay, good. Right, so what I'm going to do is you have water inside. The water is already hot. Stack it on top. Then you are going to set it to steam. Okay, so steaming, half an hour. And then you have the varoma on top here. What's the temperature? What's the temperature you should use when you have the varoma on top? Varoma, correct. So if you have the varoma on top, your temperature must also be at varoma. So for this, I'm just going to steam it at speed 1. Okay? So I'm just going to pass it all the way over to the back because I have magic. Okay, so to speed up the whole process, I have done the first step already. Right, so I already have my ready steamed rice, and I also have the ready sauteed ingredients here, and I also have my ready steamed rice here. Alright, because I don't want you all to wait half an hour lah. Like that is faster, yeah? Okay, so this is done. I'm just going to pop it to the back for a bit. Right, so now that I have all my ingredients ready, I can start wrapping. So each piece, this recipe makes about 8 parcels of the lotus leaf rice. Okay, so I have rice, all 3 done. Right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to remove this. Okay, so how does the ones that you buy locally are likely very large pieces. This is the one that we managed to order, yeah, and this is from China. We ordered from Taobao, right? Okay, so the leaves are already pre-cut into this kind of size. You just need to soak them in hot water until they are softened. Yeah. So the ones that you get in Singapore are gigantic. Okay, they are about 3 to 4 times the size of this with a stem in the middle. So if you buy those, you got to just remove it and then just cut it into 4. Done. Yeah. Okay. So this is very easy to use. And this is already pre-soaked in hot water until they are softened. Okay, you must be wondering, why am I taking this? Am I going to water my plant? No. Reason being, if you are not wrapping your glutinous rice immediately, your glutinous rice is going to be dry. Alright? So what you do, this is clean water. I only use this bottle for baking. Huh? It's not from my garden, by the way. Okay? So just make sure you wet the rice. Take about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of rice. Just put it on in the middle. And you're going to put this. So I also have my marinated chicken here. So this chicken is already pre-marinated. So you just follow the recipe to marinate the chicken will do. So chicken has to be skin on, yeah, because it needs the fats. It needs the fats, yeah. So normally I will put on 2 pieces, and then 2 Chinese sausage, and it depends on the size of your mushroom. The ones that I have today are quite big, so I cut them into quarters. So you just put 1. Right, so you have everything on ready. Put a little bit of your dried shrimps, and take some more rice. Just like that. So it's like your ingredients are sandwiched in between your rice. Okay. Take 1. Maybe you take later at the back. You can take later at the back. I'm going to transfer. I'm just going to wrap 2 and I'm going to transfer everything to the back. Okay, so you just wrap left, right? Okay, just like that. Yeah, very simple. Huh? This is easier than bao ba zhang, if you ask me, correct? Is it easier than bao ba zhang? And if you notice, the ingredients are also similar, correct? Yeah. So if you can't get these leaves, and you really want to quickly cook this already, you don't want to wait anymore, you can just steam it as is, the rice with the chicken and everything else, just steam it on a plate, and this is your chubi peng already, huh? But of course, chubi peng, the rice is black color one, not white color. So you can just color the rice with some dark soya sauce. this is a good dish to cook, prep, and steam. And then you can actually freeze it. So just like that, done. And then you can stack it onto the varoma and then you can steam it. That's all. Is it easy? Yes. Now that you've seen it, it's very easy, right? Yeah. You are thinking, wow, this dish like very fun to do, need to do this, need to do that, but it's actually really very easy to prepare with the Thermomix help, of course. Alright, so I'm going to again pass everything to the back and let our wonderful helpers behind do the balance of the wrapping. Okay, done. This one also take behind. Yes. Okay, so this one will steam for about 30 minutes because it is a very small parcel. But if you're doing the one whole bowl, everything in one, you need to steam it for about 1 hour. Okay? And now, we are going to start doing some fruits. Alright, give me a new bowl also, this one. Oh, it's over there already. They are so efficient. Since when this one was here? All along, is it? Okay, so using a clean bowl, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in some cashew nut and chocolate chip. So, flat freeze. This is what I call flat freeze. Do not freeze your frozen fruits in a container until it comes out in a chunk. Alright, flat freeze them. If you want to be very precise, they are cut to about 6 mm thickness. How I know it's 6 mm and not 5 mm, 4 mm? Because I really take a measuring tape to measure. Because I do have people asking me, how thick, okay? So, yeah, 6 mm thickness, okay? So again, use the turbo function to chop up our nuts and chocolate chip. It's going to be loud again, yeah? 1, 2, 3. So chop everything up, and we are going to add in our frozen fruits. I bought the baked nuts. So this is already all chopped up. 2 seconds. So I'm going to add in all our frozen fruits as well. I always have frozen bananas in my freezer, always. It's a staple in my family. Yeah, because I use frozen bananas for my banana cake as well. Yeah. Because sometimes cannot finish the bananas in time, so I will just, because sometimes bananas you buy one whole bunch, right? And it's like maybe 7 or 8 pieces. So I probably only keep about 4 that my family can finish in time. And the rest I'll just cut them up and put in the freezer. So anytime I want to bake, I have bananas. Yeah. So whether is it banana muffin or banana ice cream or acai bowl. You all know acai bowl uses frozen bananas, right? Alright. So this is fast and easy ice cream. Again, I'm going to use turbo to chop everything up first. Sound like ice cream? You think my ice cream is going to be done in 4 seconds? Not yet, Let me see. So this is how you break up the frozen fruits. So break them up first. And scrape them down. So our Thermomix has a blend function, right? Our TM6 has a blend function, which is a one-touch function, preset at 30 seconds. You can increase or decrease the time, up to you, right? So I'm going to go on to speed 6 and then just let it blend. So you can use your spatula this way because our spatula is specially designed. Even when you put in, right, it doesn't touch the blade when it's blending. Yeah? Okay. So I'm just going to scrape down the side and continue a little bit because I have a large quantity here. This is really like our staple. Sometimes I'll just do just bananas. Right, so continue and blend it some more. So today I'm actually doing double the quantity. Huh? And this is the part where I always ask kids to help me. Because no matter what, right, nothing will go wrong because they are just using the spatula on top to do the stirring like this. And then they feel like, oh, I'm making ice cream, I'm cooking ice cream. So it makes them feel like, oh, I'm doing something very important right here. Huh? And our sorbet is done. And it has a wonderful texture. You can see the condensation here. Okay. Look at how amazing the texture is. Yeah, let me. It's still very frozen, okay? See? See the texture? Okay? So this is actually a very good scooping texture that you can scoop it onto scones. Okay? So this is done. Right. And it's done. So I'm just going to pass it over again to the back to our wonderful helpers. Or maybe Xu Yong, you can help me pass to the back since you're here. Thank you. And it's done. So again, is it easy? How long did we take? All in all, how long did we take? 1.5 minutes? Yeah, about there, thereabouts. Faster than you wear your shoe and go downstairs, right? Sorry, my hair keeps dropping and then our ladies at the back cannot stand it. How to use this? Just like this, Then I look like 如花了. Okay? Let me wash my hands. I think I look weird, but it's okay. Okay, so we're going to do the last dish, which is our Ee Fu Noodles. Not to worry about the recipe, because I'm going to show you on my projector here where to find all the recipes. Okay, so I have some shallot, garlic, and chili padi. So chili padi is optional. So how long do we chop things for? How long? 5 seconds. That's right. Very good. And what speed? 5. Very good. See, now I got response. Okay? So I ask you another 2, 3, 4 more times. You all can remember already? Can, Okay. Maybe tonight if you wake up at 5 a.m., you can also remember, I need to chop at 5 seconds, speed 5, 5 seconds, speed 5. Yeah? Okay, so chop everything. And I always find it's very handful to have some ready flavored oil in the kitchen. So I always have shallot oil or garlic oil in my kitchen. You know, and it's like all easily done with the Thermomix, right? So of course this one got chili padi. After chopping, I'm not going to like, I don't want to cry. Alright, so I'm just going to scrape everything down. Must ask my hairdresser, don't cut my fringe too short next time. Okay, so sauteing, 3 minutes. So what's the temperature for sauteing? Still remember? 120, very good. Right? And do we need to reverse this? For me, everything, if let's say I'm frying vegetable or cooking noodles, I'm just going to reverse every step. So I don't need to remember which step need to reverse, which step don't need to reverse. So sometimes when I design recipes, right, if in situations like this, I'll just reverse everything. You know, so that the user don't have to keep on being very conscious about when to reverse and when not to reverse. So in this case, I'm just going to reverse spoon. Very simple. Yep. And I have some vegetables here. So you can use any kind of vegetables that you like. And like I said, this dish is a 7-minute dish, right? And the reason why this dish is a 7-minute dish because I have secret Again, why so many secret this Mandy? It's because I have secret, then you all will want to come. Okay, so I have hot water. Yeah, still hot. Okay. So rinse your Ee Fu noodles with some hot water. And the reason why we rinse with hot water is because they oil fry the noodles. And this is a good way to remove the oil. I mean, it cannot be 100%, but we try and remove as much as we can. Yeah. So just have this for 1 minute here. So do you all know that our Thermomix actually have a timer? There's a timer function. Okay, so from the top here, you can see that there's a timer. Tap on the timer. And you can set it to 1 minute. Start. Alright, so make use of the timer on your Thermomix. Yeah, so this way you don't have to fumble. Where's my timer? Where's my timer? Maybe your timer is being used for something else. Now you have a second timer that is inside the Thermomix. So this is also another very convenient thing. And now this is also my other favorite thing to use my varoma for. I use this to drain noodles, strain anything, wash my vegetables in it. I just put everything inside and wash. So I use this as my colander. Yeah, so because I realized that it has a very nice size that actually fits one whole packet of vegetables. So I just wash, usually I just rinse my vegetables ready and then I just put inside and let it drip. And then with the cover, it acts like a plate to collect any water that's dripping down. So because I think you all noticed by now that I'm actually a bit of a clean freak. I like to cook and clean and pack at the same time. Alright, is that my timer for the noodles? Yes, okay. So what you do is you just use the varoma and drain everything. Done. I still have time to drink a sip of wine or two. Yeah. So that's why I like to cook using the Thermomix, because it basically leaves me hands-free to do other things. If you're frying this on the wok, can you walk away to drain your noodles? What will happen? Chao ta, you're right. Alright, so now that I have everything here, so I'm just going to put in my vegetables. Okay, add in my noodles. Wow, one big pot already. And this magic concoction here is just water, soy sauce, oyster sauce, pepper, and a little bit of sugar. Alright, you all just follow the recipe. And normally, I will have this ready mixed in advance as well. The reason why, because I don't want the temperature to drop. Because if I were to weigh everything one by one now, my temperature of the pot would have already dropped significantly. Yeah? So I don't need my timer anymore. So this is just 4 minutes on the varoma. And reverse spoon speed so that we don't chop up the noodles. And that's all. Oops, what's going on here? And this is done. In 4 minutes, your noodles is done. So what can you do in 4 minutes? Huh? Clean. You can pack. You can wash. Right? You can go and make a phone call. And then, do you know what I like to do during the 4 minutes? At home. Do you know what I like to do with this? No, nobody can guess, Reply text messages, maybe. What else I like to do during these 4 minutes? Huh? Huh? What? Toilet break. I like to go and put on my lipstick because the husband coming home. When he comes home, he needs to see a nice, beautiful wife, not a wife with oily hair, oily face after cooking. You know, it's really different, Alright? Okay, so to me, this is really very fast and easy. So while this is cooking, I'm just going to show you all how to find this recipe. So you can see from here, you can actually download this app. So we actually have the largest online recipe app, which is called Cookie-Doo. You can download it from your Play Store or from your App Store. You can download the app, and then you can register an account or sign in to your account if you already have one. And how to search for English recipes? Simple. You tap on the search logo. Okay, once you log in already, you tap on your search logo. And the second thing you can do is to tap on the filters. Okay, you can see number 2, tap on filter. Number 3, once you tap into your filter, scroll down and see language. So you will be able to select English, Chinese, if you can speak Greek by all means, you know, if you can speak French by all means, you know, or you can search by country also. And then number 4 is you just press show. So it will show you all the recipes that are English. But I just want to say, if a French recipe has English words inside, it will also show up because it detects the language that is inside the recipe content. Yeah? Okay, so if you want to be very, very sure that what you're looking for is English recipes, you can also search by country. Because if you search by country, you will know that which country speaks English. Pretty safe ones are America, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, right? And these are very safe countries that you know sure speak English one. Huh? And there's also how you can create collection. So in this main page here, you will be able to see my recipe. So if you're using the app, the word my recipe is actually at the bottom, right? And then what you can do is you just search for any, you can create the recipe and you can save it to any names that you want there. Alright, so I have all my children's names in the collection. Okay, my kids, okay, Sean, Sarah and Seth. Whatever they like to eat, I'll just put the recipes under their names. So the helper knows, okay, today only Sarah is at home. So I will just go into Sarah's collection and see what Sarah likes to eat. So whatever I cook from Sarah's collection will not go wrong. So I will not have this complaint from my helper ever. Mom, I cook already, but the children don't eat. Yeah, so this was a very common thing that I always hear from my helper last time when my kids were younger and when I don't have a Thermomix. So as I'm talking, my noodles ready. Wow, this plate is gigantic, man. Yeah, this is all using saute function. But when you fry the noodles, you are using, you're actually using varoma, because you have vegetables inside also, right? And because this is really very fast, you will find that this one 2 liter, 1 packet of noodle 2 liter. I need to cook 2 packets. You know, it's only 7 minutes, right? So you don't have to wash the thing and you can continue to cook it again. Just repeat the steps. Yep. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to show you how to find this collection. Alright, so like I said, there's a few ways that you can search. So what you do is you just tap on the search, go into filters. So once you go into filter, right, scroll down to the country and search for Singapore. Okay, you show. So these are the recipes that are found by Singapore. And what you're going to do is from here, because right now you're looking at individual recipes, correct? So you click on this, you bring it down, you can see it's either it show you by individual recipe or you want to see by collection. Collection meaning is like a booklet, yeah? So you just click on collection, you will be able to see all the different collections, whether is it in English or in Chinese. So today, actually 3 of the dishes that I've done, the watermelon lemonade, the banana chocolate chip and cashew nut ice cream, and the 7-minute Ee Fu Noodles is all from our latest collection, which is the Easy Asian Home Cooking. So click on this, and you can see all the wonderful recipes here, right? This is called Easy Asian Home Cooking, meaning food that you eat in your home, right? Okay, so we have like even like dessert. So it's pretty well covered collection, right? So you have your tomato egg drop soup, steamed vegetable with some steamed chicken, and then you even have your fried rice, your ginger fried rice, you have bread, stir-fry vegetables. You know, basically it's easy to cook food. Even your mango sorbet is inside. So yeah, your normal fruit ice cream. So if you don't want to do if you cannot eat nuts, you know, you don't want to do the cashew nut or chocolate chip version, you can do this version. Yeah. So this one also uses frozen bananas, and you can use mixed berries in replacement of the nuts and chocolate chip. Yep. So steps generally similar, and that's all I have for you today. So do go and save this new collection. And if you feel like you need Chinese, you can always go into Chinese. So the good thing about our recipe collections is we always try to make them bilingual, you know, so that even like my mom, you know, she's Chinese educated, and then she will be able to follow the same recipe that I cook. Right, okay, so with this, our dear, okay, okay, so you're going to bring this to the back, yeah? Okay, so this is the pre-steamed glutinous rice. I'm just going to zoom in for you all to see. Don't worry, you all will be able to take a close-up photo of it here. Like really close up. Okay? So it depends on how big of the parcel you want, up to you. And I mean, if you want softer rice, you can always steam it longer. But otherwise, I mean, to me, this is the perfect texture that I personally like. So even the flavor and the seasoning, adjust yourself. Yeah, because I mean, we have so many of us here. I'm sure some of us take very low salt, low sodium. Some of us 重口味, we want more flavorful. You know, just adjust the seasoning to suit your own preference. Okay? Can? Alright, so my dear colleagues will be there at the back to do the serving for all of you. And then I will also be putting the recipe for the steamed glutinous rice at the back. So later, before you all leave, you all can take a photo of it. Alright? Okay, so thank you so much for coming today. And I hope to see you all again soon. Alright, thank you.